Welcome to Marquette Lately. I'm Kevin Ellis.
And I'm Ciara Collins.
This week we take a look back at the 84th Academy Awards.
Learn how to make the most epic meal ever.
And preview a new movie hitting the theaters.
All this and more tonight on Marquette Lately. Ever wondered what it's like to steal the spotlight on stage? Well, here's your chance. Katie will be informing us about future auditions at the Marquette Theater. Over to you, Katie.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Callahan, and I'm here for this week's Art Beat. I hope you guys had fun last weekend getting out there on the scene. This week, I have some great shows for you guys to check out and a chance for you to audition at a casting call on campus. First, Milwaukee Chamber Theater has officially opened 1,000 Words. The Shepherd Express reviewed this show as brilliant, entertaining, and well-crafted. The play is focused on the life of famous photographer Walker Evans. He is famous for the historic shots of the 1930s Dust Bowl and the Depression. Evans was famous for exhibiting the intense scenes of these events and displaying them around the world. The show takes scenes from both present and past and puts them together. Certainly very interesting for any theater goer. This show's playwright is actually from this beautiful state of Wisconsin. All actors and actresses involved are from Milwaukee or Madison. 1,000 Words is performed under the direction of Jennifer Uphoff Gray. It continues through March 11th at the Broadway Theater Center. You can get tickets through their box office. This weekend, the Department of Performing Arts will be hosting the 10-Minute Playfest. This festival showcases 3 short scenes directed by the students of the directing classes here at Marquette. This weekend's shows are directed by Marquette Juniors, Catherine DeLapp, Brittany Green, and Doug Soder. The festival is this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Strass Tower Theater, and admission is always free. Something very exciting for those of you who would like to hit the stage yourself. The Marquette University Players Society, also known as MUPS, will be holding auditions for their final show of the year, Bug. This psychological thriller, the character fears soon escalate to paranoia and conspiracy theories. You may have seen the movie based on this play starring Ashley Judd and Harry Connick Jr. Auditions will be held this Thursday, March 1st at the Strass Tower Theater. Auditions are from 6 to 9 p.m. and all are welcome. No preparation needed and break a leg. And that's it for this week's Art Beat. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Katie Callahan, MUTV Entertainment.
A lot to look forward to in theater. Thank you, Katie. This week on Something to Chew On, Brandon takes a look at some of the insane eating challenges that are out there. Take it away, Brandon.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the limitless fun that is Something to Chew On. Brandon is the name and hosting is my game. This week we're going to do something similar to last week. We're going to be looking at another example of a meal of epic proportions. Have you guys seen the recent YouTube fad called the Cinnamon Challenge? Yeah, well, this is better than Cinnamon Challenge, and it's more than just a fad. Say hello to the lovable personalities of epic mealtime. Caution, don't try this at home.
A whole bunch of meat for our bacon barn. So hop off your tractor, throw on some overalls, and tell your daddy to stop sucking on the cow's milk nipples.
Save your tears for someone who gives a shit. Slicing up bacon and mixing it with onions. Throw in some diced pork and toss on some epic mealtime bacon salt to make an official pork stew. And ground beef. Cracking eggs and drizzling a sauce all over this meat. Then we mash it up. Mash it up! This is our ground beef meat foundation, and we made a bunch of them. The fat, so I can make a meat soap to wash myself with when I'm a dirty boy. I'm always dirty. Slices of steak. A handful of sausage. Pause. Break them out of their casing. And this is how we make meat glue. Motherfucking meat glue. A whole bunch of ham. And then begin construction on our bacon barn. Staked bricks. Meat glue as mortar.
Honey Badger cares.
Now we build. We lay out all the sections of our meat farm. Using tons of phallic-shaped meat treats, we make a fence.
Welcome to the farm. We got a playful pig pen where all the pigs roll in their own shit. We got a horse area for all the horses that are delicious. We got a chicken coop for our McNuggets and unborn chicken fetuses. And our bacon barn where all the cows graduate into double cheeseburgers.
Those guys are my role models, to say the least. Ingesting all those calories every single Tuesday, ooh, I love it. You would think they'd be unhealthy, but it's quite the contrary. They go to the doctor and they're all fairly healthy, but we'll see where they are 10 years from now. And if you think for a second that Americans are so fat and nasty, you're wrong, because they're all from Montreal, Canada. And I'll leave you with that, folks. That was Epic Mealtime. I am Brandon, and this is Something to Chew On. Kira and Kevin, take it away.
I don't know about you, Kara, but I was digging the bacon barn.
That's great, Kevin. I wasn't really interested in any of them, but thanks, Brandon. Don't think I'll be trying that challenge anytime soon.
Well, nor I. But when we return, we'll be joined by our favorite twins, and they'll take a quick look at some of the Oscars, all right? Stay tuned.
Let's see what the twins have in store for us this week. I hear that they were not the biggest fans of the 2012 Oscars, so let's hear some real talk.
Hello everybody, I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Brienne.
And this is Real Talk.
So tonight we're going to be telling you about our thoughts on this year's Academy Awards.
First of all, we are going to defend The Artist, Best Picture winner in about 3 years. All these people who are complaining about The Artist, I just don't understand. Are you too dumb to follow a silent film? That's your problem.
Yeah, my problem is actually not with the actual film, it's with the people who don't understand the way it's being marketed. Unfortunately, a lot of people think The Artist only won Best Picture because it's this kitschy vintage film. Oh my God, it's black and white, and they don't talk. So the Academy basically had to give it to them, didn't they? No, they gave it to The Artist because it was the best freaking movie of the whole year.
Yeah, what did you want to win? Seriously, War Horse? Incredibly loud and extremely close, or, well, no, I don't even care what the name is, because it was horrible. That movie brings me to my second point. I do not understand why the Oscars chooses to manipulate America's emotions with movies about 9/11 that suck. Drive should have been nominated instead, but God forbid the Oscars give a nomination to anything with balls.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jonah Hill is nominated for an Oscar this year, but Michael Fassbender's penis isn't? This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but Michael Fassbender's penis gave a better performance than almost everyone this year.
But then again, the Oscars has, a habit of doing this to us. Also, the Best Song category only had 2 nominees. Do you know how boring that is? Everybody knew the Muppets song was gonna win.
Yeah, but the Academy has a very long history of neglecting films that are awesome and directors that are awesome. For instance, Alfred Hitchcock. Do you want to know how many Oscars he has? 0. Alfred Hitchcock has 0 Oscars, but 3 6 Mafia, they have 1.
Oh, and I don't know, Hitch is only considered the greatest director ever by the American Film Institute.
So Alfred Hitchcock has no Oscars. Stanley Kubrick has no Oscars. Let's see, Howard Hawks has no Oscars. Brian De Palma has no Oscars. David Lynch has no Oscars. But 3 6 Mafia has an Oscar.
So we're going to end our segment tonight by giving you a list of all the fabulous Oscar shanks that just prove that they've sucked for about 50 years.
So don't worry, if your film doesn't win an Oscar, it doesn't mean it's not good. The first is The Dark Knight,
Blade Runner,
Saving Private Ryan,
King Kong,
Pulp Fiction,
Brazil,
Taxi Driver,
Apocalypse Now,
Goodfellas,
Citizen Kane,
7,
Raging Bull,
The Shawshank Redemption,
Vertigo,
12 Angry Men,
Blue Velvet,
oh God, 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Psycho,
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Fargo,
E.T.,
Dog Day Afternoon,
Bonnie and Clyde,
Some Like It Hot,
The Wizard of Oz,
The Graduate,
A Clockwork Orange,
and Mulholland Drive.
Well, if you're not depressed now, I really don't know what's going to ruin your night. So with that, this has been Real Talk. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, ladies. Now, when we return, we'll be joined by our own fashion police as they revisit the Academy Awards red carpet. Don't go anywhere.
One of my favorite parts of watching the Oscars are all of the fabulous fashions. Although I'm not sure how I felt about Angelina Jolie this year.
Why Brad Pitt ever left Jennifer Aniston for Jolie, I'll never know.
Bigger lips, I'm sure. Let's talk to the experts.
Speaking of big lips, welcome to another episode of Style in the City. I'm your host, Elle Geringer.
I'm Catherine Gable.
I'm Marla Morisi.
And I'm Aaron Bledsoe.
Tonight, as they said, we have your Oscars red carpet coverage. Unfortunately, not many people looked great. I mean, some looked okay. Aaron's going to start us off with the menswear, but people, it's the Oscars. Step your game up.
Now, it's kind of hard to determine who's best dressed for a male, but in my opinion, I think Jonah Hill did a really nice job. He had the black on black, the bow tie. He even had the comb over. He's really classy, like the complete opposite of a lot of the characters he plays. So I thought it was really nice.
It was very out of character for him, and I loved it.
Now, I will start you off next. I have Angelina Jolie as horrible. All right, she walked the red carpet in this black Versace gown, and her leg fiercely jutted out of it. It got so much publicity. It actually is now a Twitter account at Angie's right leg. And it even has a cell phone app where you can edit her right leg into any picture you want. So I've come to either two conclusions.
Sounds pretty useful.
I'm downloading that.
She was either trying too hard to play a UNICEF ambassador, or she has been feeding her children, her 6 children, all the food and leaving none for herself. Because she looks sickly.
She is tiny. She is very tiny.
Yeah, maybe she got an endorsement with Captain Morgan. That's why her leg was out. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
And tonight I'm talking about Claire Danes, who actually wasn't at the Oscars, but was at the Vanity Fair party afterwards. But she looked fantastic, and I was not a fan of many of the Oscars, so I had to mention her. She wore this beautiful Valentino gown. The color is amazing. I love the bottom. I loved the top. It's not polka dots. It's an adorable design. I thought it was amazing, and it was definitely why I love couture, because that was great. Nothing was wrong with that dress, in my opinion.
I loved it, and it was like a neon color. I think if it was any other color, it probably wouldn't have looked as great.
I definitely agree, and I also loved that it was tight on top and then flowed out. That was great. Great on her part.
Completely agree. And then one of the night's leading ladies, Melissa McCarthy. Girl, I respect you too much that I'm not going to make fun of you, but next time when you're choosing a dress, like, don't make it a vomit color. Like, I know this isn't Bridesmaids. I know a lot of people, there's that whole 6 scene in it, and it looks like she got the dress under one of those, but if it had been a different color, I would have loved it so much more. And I love her, so I'm holding back. So she was probably one of the worst dressed for the night. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
I think her and all of the bridesmaids.
None of them looked good.
No, and they all did some sequiny, very sparkly embellishments. It looked really tacky all together.
I agree.
What do you have for us next?
Well, although Viola Davis did not take home an Oscar, she came dressed to win, in my opinion. She had a really nice Vera Wang green dress. Her earrings were also made by Vera Wang. And I thought it was really nice, but maybe there was too much going on at the bottom with the textures and patterns.
I definitely agree. There was a lot going on with the top, and then even I think all 3 parts of it. It was just a lot of textures.
Yeah, like the color was beautiful on her, and her bust looks amazing. Like even at the Golden Globes, like her Golden Globes are spilling out, but like they looked fantastic.
I loved her hair. Usually she wears a wig, so that was fabulous. I loved her hair.
I was a big fan of the natural hair. I thought it was edgy. Like, we didn't see very much with the hair in Oscars, in my opinion, but I thought it was really edgy and
terrible
risky.
hair. Yeah, but I liked hers.
Everyone did the faux bobs and
ponytails. Come on, this is the Oscars. You don't wear a ponytail. You wear a ponytail gym class.
So one of my favorites had to go to Michelle Williams, who channeled her inner Marilyn by wearing a vintage coral Louis Vuitton gown. And I just think it was really nice and sweet with her pixie cut hair and her light skin. Everything went together well. And I actually found out it took them 300 hours to make this dress.
Wow.
And all the details, so I love that one.
I thought the dress was so beautiful, but her accessories, I did not like the color of her clutch. It did not go with it. And the dress was so beautiful in itself that you can forgive her for her bad accessory choices. And she was so beautiful, but her stylist needed to rethink those colors.
And she's not the only one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Speaking of that, we're going to Gwyneth Paltrow, who wore a Tom Ford dress and cape. And capes are really in right now, don't get me wrong, I love them, but her cape, it made her look like an alien. It made her
Superwoman.
She's Star Wars. And the hair, she should have done something
look like Star Wars.
updo, not a low ponytail, because it looks like it's slicked back, so that brings on a whole nother alien look. But I really, really enjoyed her accessories.
Well, that's funny that you're comparing her to an alien, because next for you, Jennifer Lopez. Her dress was just all sorts of terrible. Like she's lately she's been trying to go for this sexy, like, I'm not 40, I'm really 23. Like, and her I can't even say the word. Like, I'm so disappointed by her dress, and I want to say a much worse word, but her breasts were popping out of the dress, and when she was presenting, you could see something. You really could. Like, as much as her publicist wants to swear that there's cups, like there's nothing in there. No, I saw something, and I wanted to throw up because I do not like her.
along with Angelina, her accentuated area actually got a lot of publicity also, and got its own Twitter page.
Oh my God.
So no matter if it happened or didn't, there was a lot of publicity.
It happened.
Well, it was just really unfortunate. Both of their outfit choices, a lot of tonight. I think the stylist could have totally amped it up this year. I don't know if they were on strike or something, but something was off. They needed us there.
Maybe they used too many of their own accessories as accessories. I don't get it. Like, it was a lot of things
Either designers are going through a funk or stylists are going through a funk, something.
Even the best dress lists, they were terribly wrong in a lot of opinions.
They were. So it's the Oscars. Ladies, step up your game for next year, because this was just unacceptable. But unfortunately, that's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you next week on Marquette Lately.
Yeah, you like our Angelina Jolie?
Looks better than her.
Definitely. Well, that's our Oscar show this evening, folks.
Hopefully we'll see you next week from the real live red carpet.
Hopefully. Well, I am Kevin Ellis.
And I'm Ciara Collins.
Stay classy, Marquette.